What's going on, everyone? I am just a typical, average American here today to react to 40 of these funny, sort of crazy, and random photos of Canadian prime ministers throughout the years. And, here in the United States, we really don't know anything about Canadian prime ministers, who they are, and really anything about them. And so today, I thought it'd be kind of fun to check out these pictures of Canadian prime ministers and see what I can learn about them or what I understand. So let's take a look. Starting with Justin Trudeau, who I am somewhat familiar with. This is like a pretty recent Canadian prime minister, the last one before Mark Carney. I think actually of all the Canadian prime ministers, I think a lot of Americans actually know Justin Trudeau, for better or for worse. And it says he's carrying his chair from the House of Commons on Parliament Hill in Ottawa, Ontario in 2025. So when he resigned. Yeah, he resigned. He quit, right? So why is his tongue out? Like what is he doing? Why is his tongue out? Is this I mean, on one hand, you could say like, "Oh, what a funny, silly, wacky guy." It's like, is that how you want to like describe your prime minister? Like, "Oh, what a wacky character." On some level you want them to be serious, on some level you want them to be personable and normal. This kind of rides the edge of he has a big tongue. I don't know if that has anything to do with he's dating Katy Perry. Is there any connection there? Or so maybe he's got the last laugh, honestly, is he stealing his chair to like take home? Or can he do that? I guess is this when he was like quitting? So he was like taking the chair as like a memento? Like how Frodo or like Elijah Wood took like his hobbits, like the ring, home from the set of Lord of the Rings is, like a memento, right? I don't know. Is he like sticking his tongue out like, "So long, suckers," like that kind of thing? Or is this supposed to be just kind of funny and quirky? He's like, "It's your problem now. I got my chair and I'm going home," or "I'm going to Katy Perry's house," or okay, let's keep going. You could go, that's quite a photo. You could go on and on about that one. This is Mark Carney with a t-shirt, also looking happy. Mark Carney wearing a McDavid Jesus shirt. Who is McDavid? And I'm sure depending on your religious affiliation, maybe, I don't know, he's in the image of Jesus Christ on his shirt. Is that okay? Is he that great of a guy? And he's an ice hockey player from the Edmonton Oilers, 2025. That's all. I don't think it's too controversial. He's a beloved ice hockey player. He can look like Jesus if he wants to. He might as well be. Is that about right? Mark Carney wearing a funny shirt. This is probably the Canadian prime minister like I've seen the most of, just because he tends to be in a lot of the like political type videos that I've done recently. So Mark Carney, he does a good job riding the edge of like, he can be very serious. He's very educated and well spoken, but kind of silly. He's got his silly shirt. Okay, I approve of that. This is Stephen Harper. I don't really know. I don't know this prime minister. Doing high kicks with the mascot of the Quebec Winter Carnival, 2007, and again in 2015. He's doing high kicks? What's with this Quebec Winter Carnival mascot? Can we talk about that? It's kind of like scary looking. What's this mascot doing? he's a snowman, but you know, I don't. I think it's nothing against this one in particular. I think all mascots run the risk of being a little creepy. Um, why is Stephen Harper doing high kicks? Is he gonna? Are they doing like a 5K, like a race, or? I can't discern anything about him from this except that he's kind of flexible for a prime minister, so that's good. Okay. This is John Diefenbaker, never heard of him, pointing and laughing at someone off camera. 1975. Okay. So like 50 years ago, prime minister, never heard of him, of Canada, pointing and laughing. Seems like a jolly fellow. Nice. Yeah, he's just. This is the least crazy photo by far. This is the craziest thing they could find about it. So he must be pretty normal guy. He's just smiling. Nothing. Okay, fair enough. This is what's going on here. An off the record Pierre Trudeau sticks his tongue out to a photographer on a plane during a campaign election 1972. Pierre Trudeau. So this is where Justin Trudeau inherited his giant tongue. Why do the Trudeaus do this? Is that they all stick their tongues out like this and take photo? Okay. So obviously he's like being silly, funny, like doing the na 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 face at a photographer on a plane. He's just trying to seem what, funny, personable. I don't know the background behind this. There's no real explanation, but I don't know. Was he hoping people would look at this and be like, yeah, normal people do that, so I'm going to vote for him? I think people liked Pierre Trudeau, if I understand correctly. Obviously, if there's any prime minister, you would hope people liked them for them to get elected. But anyway, this says Paul Martin gives a funny look while standing in the rain during an event. 2000s. I don't know Paul Martin. This is kind of what he's looking. He's just looking at something. I don't know if this is a funny look. I think we're reaching too far. It's like the paparazzi. Like, look at this crazy look Paul Martin gave. Like, no, he's looking at something. Like not tilting, but he's not tilting his head. Corner. I don't know what he's looking at, but this is not that crazy. This is a cropped photo of Justin Trudeau sharing a laugh with the Liberian president during a roundtable discussion 2016. Oh my word. Okay. Nothing is this funny. Come on. What on earth is so funny? This is at a roundtable with like a world leader, Liberian president. 10 years ago, when the world, maybe that's back when the world, maybe he's laughing, he just heard it, like, Donald Trump is running for president, and he's like, that's good. Well, maybe that's what it was, because it is 2016. Or maybe it's just when the world wasn't so filled with the horrors we have now. But, what on earth is so funny? I don't know. I guess, it's good they're having a good time. Jean Chrétien? Chrétien? I think I saw a video with him in it. I did one video with him. So I've heard of him. I think he's French Canadian. He is strangling a protester? Huh? What's going on? Nicknamed the Shawinigan Handshake after his birthplace. This is like, what? He's strangling someone in a good way? That's how you greet? Is that how you greet each other in Quebec? I knew Quebec was different, but is this okay? Is it like in a funny way? Can you strangle someone in a funny way? I don't know. The candidate for the Liberal leadership, Mark Carney, this is before he was Prime Minister, poses in a hockey goal during the Winter Carnival 2025. Mark Carney doing funny, silly. He has a hockey stick, very Canadian. Yeah, nothing crazy going on here. Trying to get elected, so he's in a hockey net. Pierre Trudeau pretends to strangle himself. Why is there so much strangling? I don't know if you could find American presidents with this much strangling, at least not in the photos. You know, they made sure to do it when no one was looking. He's strangling himself as he puts on a tie. Oh, so he was a funny guy, sticking his tongue out at the photo, pretending to strangle himself with a tie. That's actually kind of funny. Like in real life, I think I might have liked this guy. He was awarded honorary membership to the National Press Club. Okay, I think he's being funny there. I don't mind that. A little like morbid humor, like I'm gonna kill myself if I gotta attend one more honorary award show. Um, Kim Campbell dancing with a Kim Cam. This is a Canadian Prime Minister. I didn't know there were any female Canadian Prime Ministers. That's cool. Dancing with Others a month after being sworn in. Oh, 1993. So, like 30 years ago. Kim Campbell. I've never heard of her. I didn't know that. Looks like she has fun. Dancing, smile. She looks genuine, too. I don't know anything about her, but looks like she's genuinely having fun, which is cool. Close up photo of Paul Martin flipping burgers. Why does it look like he just got back from war? Why, like the 1,000-yard stare? Is this burger like not cooked right? How did they get it right at the? It's an interesting photo. He should have hung this like in his bathroom or something. I can't tell anything else from it, except he's got something in his nose. Okay. Mark Carney at the Ches Ben restaurant. Poutine. Oh, it's a poutine restaurant. Huh. And he is elated, spreading his arms out. Just bask me in poutine during an election. Okay, so it's election campaigning. They're doing all this like press stuff to look personable, I think. Stephen Harper reading a bedtime story to a comedian, Rick Mercer. I've seen a bit of Rick Mercer YouTube videos, really funny comedian. This was on his TV program, Rick Mercer Report. So politicians go on his little sketch show to be funny, I guess. That'd be funny to see, actually. Jean Cheretin scooting around the airport. he's on a scooter. Age is just a number before flying to a G8 summit. He was going to a world leader summit, and he's on a I like him. I don't know his politics or anything, but I like him. I like this. That's funny. Brian Mulrooney, never heard of him, wearing a sign on his back in response to questions regarding intentions for a third term. I promise not to run for prime minister in 1999. But this was in 1989? So for 11 years? Is that the joke? I will say Canadian prime ministers in general do actually seem to be more personable and funny. I don't know if that's real. These could be staged photos. I'm not getting the whole picture. But based on these pictures, in general, Canadian prime ministers have a sense of humor and are actually like, it doesn't seem too forced. So I think that's awesome. That's really cool. Stephen Harper looks uncomfortable in a cowboy outfit at the Calgary Stampede because he's got on that leather vest that's very fitted. He's not fooling anyone. Like, he is not a cowboy, and he looks like he is there because he has to be there for the photos. But he could never have imagined that 21 years later, a random American guy would see this photo. If only he knew. Maybe he did know back then. What the heck? Justin Trudeau shows off his Mayorazana, known as the peacock pose. What do you even say about this? What a guy. No wonder he was prime minister. I mean, this is the final test to see if you are fit for office, right? You have to do the peacock pose. What is happening? Okay. Funny? I can't take it serious. Pierre Trudeau fires a rubber band in his office after coming back to office. Firing rubber bands. Justin Trudeau seems like he's trying to be funny and goofy, and there's probably some realism to that. His dad actually seems like a quirky, goofy guy, so that's where he gets it from. More photos of Jean. I can't say his name. Chrétien, choking, giving a Shawinigan handshake. So this is like a thing. This guy Jean Chrétien does. This is his thing. This handshake where it's an honor to be choked by him, I guess. Paul Martin blowing bubbles at a school. I don't know Paul Martin. This is the campaign stop. Blowing, that's kind of lazy. Like, Justin Trudeau was doing peacock poses, and sticking his tongue out 3 feet. You gotta do better than, like, blowing bubbles. Come on. Mark Carney with the snowman. Not this guy again. The snowman mascot, which is gonna inhabit my nightmares at the Quebec Winter Carnival. Oh, you're supposed to do a high kick. Oh, it's like that means something. Me again, good flexibility. This high kick has some kind of meaning. I was just confused. Now it means something. Photos of John Diefenbacher mid-speech. Man, he gets his mouth into it. Like, who is naturally talking and their face contorts? I mean, if it these look candid, so I think it just means he was a passionate guy, which I respect. Stephen Harper greets a young supporter as he arrives in Edmonton, Alberta. That young supporter is crying. I mean, that could mean anything. Like, she doesn't know him, he's a stranger. I wouldn't read into this too much, kid, but it's not a good look to have screaming children. And is he trying to, like, sing a opera? What's he doing? I don't know. Pierre Trudeau sliding down a banister. Freaking Pierre Trudeau seems like a very interesting guy. That's funny. Jean Chrétien trying to perform a skateboard trick in Toronto, 1995. He's skateboarding? Yeah, I like him, like, because just the willingness to do, like, things that are embarrassing. Skateboarding, scootering, choking people. Stephen Harper meets a young Justin Bieber. Oh. Stephen Harper seems like less of a jokester, which again can be a good quality. Like, you want a serious person as your leader, but then he's with Justin Bieber, who's wearing an outfit. Okay. John Diefenbacher and his wife dressed up for a costume party. Diefenbacher dressed as the chief of police, 1965. Oh, it's on his name tag. He's dressed up as a cop, like a British sort of cop. Okay, there we go. That's fun. What is this? Is there any... Oh, here we go. Paul Martin makes a face for the camera during a comedic speech at a dinner in 2005. Paul Martin. That's a choice. That's a face to make. He's scaring me. Paul Martin. I don't know him. Pierre Trudeau performing a pirouette after the proclamation of the Constitution Act 1982. Was he ever serious? Now it's like, this guy, Pierre Trudeau. What on earth? Jean Chrétien visiting a Canadian peacekeeping troops in the Balkans, mistakenly wearing his helmet backwards. That's what he's already earned my loyalty with his scooting and skateboarding and choking, and this is embarrassing to wear your helmet backwards. There's no getting around it. But you're a politician. You're not a military personnel, but someone should have corrected that. That's embarrassing. Justin Trudeau and his wife, Sophie Trudeau, reenact their famous Vogue photo shoot. Is that famous? I don't know it. During the annual press gallery dinner at the Museum of Nature, I can't help but just think how he's dating Katy Perry. I don't. People know this, right? Like, it's just, and it's that's not a bad thing. Good for him. But it's funny to, look back on stuff and be like, now he's dating a pop star. Jean Tretin speaks into his shoe jokingly at a press. Some of I am I I am internally like there's some favoritism forming here. There are certain prime ministers that are naturally goofy, naturally funny, that I just kind of gravitate towards. I think he's one of them. That's okay. That's funny. John Diefenbacher eating a hamburger 2 weeks before. Slow down. Oh my. Oh, wait a minute. Who eats a hamburger like that? Why is he holding it like that? Is he an alien? Is this his first day on Earth? Who eats a hamburger like that? It's vertical. I don't know. Someone should have stopped him. That ain't right. What? Paul Martin wearing a traditional Fulani hat in Africa. Cool. Appreciating the local culture. Jean Cheritin being pied in the face. I hope he consented to that. Of course it was him who was pied in the face. Pierre Trudeau wearing his Mandrake the Magician outfit. What does that mean? Is this his alter ego? Walking down the grandstand to present the Grey Cup trophy to the victorious Montreal Alouettes. I don't know what half these words mean. Is this hockey or baseball, or he's wearing his Mandrake the Magician out? What does it all mean? Canada is a very fascinating place. I don't think I'm going to understand this one. That's okay. What is Pierre Trudeau carrying his son Justin Trudeau as a baby or toddler after he misbehaves? Security officer salutes him, knowing Pierre can't salute back because he's holding his son and he is smiling sheepish. That's a funny picture. And it's obviously funny because it's like Justin as a kid, too. Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau sticks his tongue. 19th. There's endless photos of the Trudeaus sticking their tongues out. I guess it's what they do. John Diefenbacher arriving at an airport wearing a lei necklace. Is he in Hawaii? Holding a coconut. This is like a good example of a very staged looking photo. Like someone threw flowers around his neck and put a coconut in his hand and said, "This'll be great. This is gonna kill in the polls." And it's like, I don't know. It's kind of awkward looking. Oh, is that it? And that is it. You can learn a lot from these random, oh my god, photos of Canadian Prime Minister. Not having any context beyond like the surface level. It's funny how much you can just read into people as like humans, just looking at humans. Like, I don't know anything about these people. It's funny how much you can try to like infer. So this was a lot of fun, actually. And, respect to them for having all these crazy photos out there. That kind of comes with the job, I suppose. So, yeah, this was cool. And I think I learned something about Canadian prime ministers. I'm also a little confused, but that's okay. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts, especially if you're Canadian and you know of any of these prime ministers or your thought. That'd be cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and seeing Canadian things that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.